I also work with Saskatchewan Rough Riders, and I'm trying to think a few other different, I do some things with road races such as the Queen City Marathon. So volunteerism is an important part of my life, but I feel like my work during the day leads me to AIDS program and to search as being the main focus of my volunteerism and where my passion really lies. My name is Debiie Roger and I'm a registered nurse. I've been nursing for over 43 years in Regina and area, and volunteerism after work is one of my most important parts of the day. I volunteer for a variety of different types of organizations. AIDS Program South Saskatchewan, as you can see behind me, is one of my the most important that I volunteer for. It links in with the work that I do by day, and so it was a natural fit for me to volunteer for AIDS Program South Saskatchewan. I'm currently a board member with AIDS Program South Saskatchewan and function as the secretary. There'll be times when folks will tell you it's great to come and have that meal because they haven't eaten over the weekend, or they don't anticipate that there'll be any food for them on Sunday, so they have that lunch on Saturday. It's really, really important part of their day, part of their weekend. And it's really important to mentor students to help them understand how that is, how it is that folks end up and have that situation where they, for a short time, maybe for a long time, don't have the ability to have a roof over their head, don't have food on the table, and don't have transportation to get from point A to point B. And how we can work with them and support them in their daily activities. So I have differing opportunities with the two organizations that I'm most passionate about. So with AIDS Program South Saskatchewan, it's being a part of the board. And so although it isn't maybe as glamorous, it's sitting down, having meetings and making sure that there is the funds available to the organization to carry out all of the important programming that they do. So that being needle exchange, that being driving and supporting clients in their daily needs, healthcare appointments, and supporting the fundraising activities of the organization as well. So it's a bit more of a pencil and paper role with AIDS Program South Saskatchewan. And over at Search, it's much more client focused. One of them being working around the stigma that is still around HIV and hepatitis C today, and being out there doing education programs. And as a board, we want to make sure that we support, encourage, and increase the amount of education that they're able to provide. The employees here go out to schools, they go out to community-based organizations all across southern Saskatchewan to provide education. And in educating folks, that is one of the ways to break down some of those barriers and stigma around HIV and hepatitis C. Me, in the future, as I look towards retirement, I know often folks worry about what they're going to do in retirement. For me, it's a bit of excitement in looking towards the future to see how I can spread my wings and my volunteerism. One of the areas I work in by day provides a lunch for folks, and that's certainly somewhere where I want to volunteer and be part of that, taking a little bit of load off the paid employees to make sure there's always lunch there once a week for them. But here at AIDS Program South Saskatchewan, there's always ongoing programming, ongoing fundraising opportunities that you can support and give the employees some take some of the load off the employees so that they can do other jobs that maybe they don't have time for or have to work off the side of their desk. So being much more of a presence here in a day-to-day capacity, I think that's going to be really important to me. And my take-home message about volunteerism is that there's always something for anyone out there. And although I don't take any credit for anything I do, I've stumbled across lots of great and very interesting volunteer opportunities, and I've made so many friends and contacts through all the volunteer work I do and met so many people. It's so important to put a smile on their face that I love to talk about the work that I do so that people understand. Just look around. Every community-based organization and beyond are always looking for volunteers. There's a place and a type of volunteer work that you can do everywhere. And even though you're not going to get a paycheck at the end of the week, the paycheck comes in a different way. It comes with that, that warm feeling that you get from having helped someone.